Princeton, New Jersey, Friday night under the lights, Ivy League style. The Princeton Tigers 4-0 overall, 1-0 in the Ivy. Defending co-champs in the Ivy League take the field here at home, set to take on the high-flying Ready to go. Opening kickoff here at Princeton Stadium. We welcome those of you who just joined us after watching soccer wrap up. It's Brown and 7. First drive for Brown. 2-2 in the season, 0-1 in the Ivy. Lost by a touchdown to Harvard. Wilcox to pass, has a man underneath and jumping forward for the first down. Good effort by the senior from Norcross, Georgia. Hayes.
When you're trying to build up some momentum.
3rd down and 9. Time for Wilcox, throws underneath, complete, another first down for Brown. Great start. DeLucia out of the backfield with the reception.
What's interesting advantage of the attention that's going to be paid to these wide receivers. And they split out 4 guys more often than not. And look at how it opens up, certainly in the middle for them.
Brown has another first down on 2nd and short. They'll move the chains and they're into Princeton territory. It's interesting, last time out, Princeton play of the opening drive for Brown. They go on the ground and they've got another first down, another 3rd down conversion for the Bears. What an impressive start for Brown here on the road against this.
Johnson. Princeton has done a magnificent job of developing players. You see a lot of these guys that they play a little bit in the JV level as freshmen, special teams, and then junior year all of a sudden they step in as stars. And you're seeing that with these guys on this defense and some of the guys on the offense too.
Wilcox, after going 6 for 6 to start the game, threw 4 for 4 on 3rd down conversions on this drive by facing a 3rd down and 11. Wilcox with time throws to the end zone and it's batted around and so close, but Wes Rocket unable to haul it in, and he has hauled in his fair share of tough throws during his career.
When you talk about balls thrown to Wes Rocket, it's almost always going to be caught. You can see just enough interference. Watch this. Just enough to distract him. He gets the ball in his hands. You can see him putting his hands
in the win against Central Connecticut last Saturday. Snap, hold is good, and the kick is good as well. And Brown start.
These 2 guys bring a lot of talent and a lot of speed to the Princeton backfield.
Now Charlie's a bobsledder. Yeah. Is that right?
Amazing. U.S. national bobsled team. Yeah.
Here's Sandstrom, doesn't slide down, takes the contact, and has a first down out across the 40. 4.5 yards a carry, picks up 4 on that first down run. Sandstrom waits, some separation, down the sideline, and inside the 5 goes Yosivash.
Now this is just when the coaches talk about decision-making and football IQ. You can see Sandstrom could have tucked that ball and probably got about 5, 6, 7 yards, but he just played it perfectly, defender, and then dropped it over his head.
Princeton wants to move quickly, and they find the end zone. Touchdown Tigers. Ryan Butler has his 7th touchdown of the season.
Ability. He's a transfer from Colorado. Played a couple games at Colorado. Came here, had to sit through the COVID non-season. But you saw earlier.
Jeffrey Sexton, 11 of 13 on point afters. Princeton has had a little.
The defensive backs tackle well. They've got speed. We just saw that the linebackers can run sideline to sideline.
Wilcox flushed out. Throws underneath, and it's incomplete. Would have been a first down if Sutton could have held on to it. First in the Ivy in passing offense, 15th in FCS football. Tigers go to the ground and out to the 49-yard line.
Rides the running back, eventually gives it to him. Sandstrom is not a real danger or risk of keeping that ball, pulling that ball himself.
There is Butler. We know who that is because he just keeps those legs moving. Takes it across to the 47-yard line. That will give.
First guy, and similar, we talked about Aiden Bourget from Harvard last week. Rarely do you see him go down after the first contact.
Play action on 1st and 10. Stenstrom outside. Dylan Classy hauls it in. He's got great hands. Classy with his 22nd reception of the season, 18th.
Human being.
Exactly.
So now that you're back on campus, how has campus changed? How has Princeton changed a little bit here since your days
Oh my gosh,
as an undergrad?
there's new things like we talk about specialization in sports. So whenever I can highlight multi-sport athletes, because that's really important for youth athletes, I think, not to specialize too early. And so we get into some topics via watching and commentating.
And it is just a message to athletic directors, presidents everywhere. Be patient. If you think you've got the guy, be patient and give them time to figure it out. Flags come flying. Wilcox just throws it fluttering up for grabs, and it's batted down at the 45-yard line.
Just knew that was a free down for him. Just throw the ball up and see if somebody comes down with it. This is a dangerous. Again, look, this is not intentional.
Oh.
But the hand comes in.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 45, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Tell you what, keeping his balance.
Third down and 8. Four-man rush. Wilcox steps into it, and it's complete right at midfield. It's going to be about 2 yards short. Well, even shorter than that, maybe a yard or so. Looks like they're going to go with the Wildcat. They have gone with direct snaps to Alan Smith several times, and it looks like they're going to do here.
That's what you're going to see.
Smith, direct snap. Yeah, he'll get the first down. Alan Smith has done that time and again. Gets a couple of yards. He had a touchdown run on ESPNU next Friday night. That big-time show.
That's a major game next week for a lot of reasons we'll talk about.
This is a third down play. It's no gain. Alan Smith probably stay out there, and Brown will go for it again. They've already converted. They need to get to the 37-yard line for a first down. Wilcox scrambling, rolling in trouble, and is just trying to make something out of nothing, and Princeton gets a stop and will take over on downs. Marty turns out to have a pretty productive series after the penalty. Also in the middle of things,
see pressure coming, a stunt off the left side of the defense. Wilcox feels that pressure, reverses his field, but just a good job staying him the real option to tuck it and go. At this point, he's looking for some receivers, and there's just nobody he can go to, and just doesn't have the
time. Tonight, 39% on the season coming in to tonight's matchup. Stenstrom, pressure coming. Brown gets another sack on the blitz. Ethan Royer comes away celebrating, and Brown's defense, we asked James Perry, is
his brilliance as an offensive coordinator.
Third down and 11. Thrown underneath to Houston. Houston tries to get past the 40-yard line. Needed to get to the 44 for the first down, and the Princeton defense with Wickware.
Re-injure himself, because as you mentioned before, he's been out for a couple of games, and they were looking forward to getting him back.
Yeah, we haven't seen Jadaris Carr either, the sophomore for Denver, had 20 carries on the season. There's Butler. Needed the 39. He gets out to the 41, first down. Brian Butler, we've seen a little Darian Murphy as well. Stenstrom, across the middle, classy, first down.
He had a bunch last year as a true freshman. We're seeing Butler this year as a true freshman.
Stenstrom on the run, throws complete. Career catch number 100 for Dylan Classy, and he's inside the 10.
There's no zone or safety man back there to pick him up as he crossed the field.
Bolker. Gagnon on the stop. Scoring so far. Second and goal. Stenstrom on the ground, and Brown is there and ready. Isaiah Reed with the stop yet again.
A great play by Isaiah Reed.
As we approach 2 minutes to go in the first half. Stenstrom across the middle, touchdown! A.J. Barber.
A.J. Barber, the sophomore, been used primarily as a kick returner here. He's in the slot. Watch this. He works his way over the middle, behind the linebacker, in front of the safety.
3 catches, 8 yards. The point after is good from Sexton for Stenstrom. That's see how aggressive Brown gets. They go with a short pass. 20 catches on the season. The primary target for Wilcox. Thrown underneath. This will be a first down for Brown. And a few more yards after the first contact out to the 40, so now things change.
Be aggressive. So it's, as he said, we're going to play fast, and then we're going to play faster.
Wilcox throws outside, complete to Wes Rocket.
You talked about the loss of Graham Walker. Love to have him here against this Princeton defense.
Honorable mention all Ivy a season ago. This is Wilcox, the quarterback, who gets flattened. Bird behind E.J. Perry. He played special teams for Brown last year.
He had 7 special team tackles last year.
He doesn't mind the contact. Brown continues to move it down the field. The flag is down on the play, and it's in the backfield, so this should be going the quarter. Wilcox scrambles, throws, completes at the 21-yard line. So a good play by Wilcox. Didn't take the sack there, to very least. It gets to a one-score game. Wilcox throws, and it is complete. How about that by Brown? That stops the clock with 10 seconds to go. Aggressive.
Both sides to help you out if you need it, but just a good call and even better execution by Brown.
First and goal. Here comes the Princeton blitz again. They try the out again, and tiptoeing on the sideline, incomplete. Rocket thought he had it. And he's showing everybody, I dragged my foot. Can we review this?
He's not just arguing his case, he's acting out his case. Look at this. Now watch his feet. Possession, toes.
Ooh, toe
I
tap.
think that may well be a touchdown.
The receiver got his feet down and survived the ground. Touchdown.
Wes Rocket. Give a lot of credit to that Brown offensive line. You talked earlier about you were down the field. Leave the kickoff to start the second half. But it feels like a much different game after that drive. 3 catches, 28 yards, and the touchdown. Let's see what Princeton does as Barber calls for the fair catch, and the Tigers will take over. Stenstrom was just 6 of 8 passing in the first half for 113 yards. Third down pass play, throws it wide open. Classy's got this one, and he's got a Princeton first down.
We've seen Brown having trouble with who you're going to be paying attention to, have him running that free in your backfield.
That goes for 20 yards. Classy now with 4 catches, 86 yards. Back to the ground, back to Butler. Flag down on the play.
Personal foul. Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Number 92, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First.
Players.
Tigers came in 15th in FCS football, first in the Ivy League in passing, and they connect through the air for the touchdown. Dylan Classy, his first touchdown of the season, and the Tigers come out throwing here in the
middle. Let's take a look. See the linebackers here. You're not seeing a high safety, and he's just running free, no help over the middle. Looking at Joseph Shell chasing after him. I wonder if Joseph Shell thought he was getting some help.
12 takeaways through 4 games this season, 7 interceptions, 5 fumble recoveries. Wilcox, this one floats wide of the intended target. Ty Pezza, the intended receiver, and now here on the sidelines for Brown. Out across the 50 to the 48. I think James, 30 of 40 last time out against Lafayette for 290 yards, facing a 3rd down and 6 here in the 3rd quarter. Looking long, looking Yoshavas, and it is incomplete.
Just keep throwing bodies at you as wide receivers, but they're all talented.
Well, razzle-dazzle here as Wilcox rolls and throws, and Brown back-to-back plays with some positive. Ryan Savage, Matthew Jester teaming up for the sack. Big loss in the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 19.
You can't even see the back-end defenders here. That's how deep they are.
Wilcox throws underneath. Princeton keeping everything in front of them. Rocket takes hard contact at the original line of scrimmage. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. 3rd and 4. Stenstrom caught. Barber's got it. 3rd and 1 with Butler in the backfield. Giving it to Ryan Butler when you need a yard is a pretty good thing to do, because that's what he does. He keeps those legs moving. Stenstrom throws and tiptoeing on the sidelines, and it is complete. Michael Axelrod has the catch. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Stenstrom gets it out quickly across the 30 down to the 28 is classy. 6th reception for Dylan. Connor Scaglione was the injured player, the right guard for Princeton. Throwing end zone, touchdown Tigers! Dylan Classy in the end zone for Princeton.
Been beating these guys on that slant over the middle. Steps up. Again, whatever defensive scheme, these guys on an island.
That is low and somehow made it over the cross. Really not build up any sort of momentum.
They've taken away what Brown had coming in. A little flea flicker, pushback,
Louisiana.
And Princeton was having none of it. Once again, Princeton is getting this all done with just their forward.
First in FCS football in scoring defense, second in FCS in rushing yards allowed per game, third in total yards per game. Another punt here for Brown. Barber, the fair catch. Had to adjust, but hauls it in. Langston, coached by Bob Serace. What position did he play when he was here at Princeton?
He was a center.
He was a center. You better block as a wide receiver.
Right. And they do. And he said that about these guys will mix it up with you in addition to dazzling you with their receiving talents.
Stenstrom throws, and that's another one for Classy, and another first down for Princeton, and he just...
So I went to his first game this season. It was down at Stetson.
Yeah.
It was pouring rain. I sat there the whole time waiting for him to get a play, and he fumbled on one of the kickoffs. And he recovered it, but he comes over to the sideline. I'm like, kid, big part of it. He had 160 yards and a couple touchdowns. He threw a touchdown as well in that game, and it became his passion. And for chasing, when you're big, you got size, you got an advantage.
Football's in your future.
And you follow you have to listen to what your coaches are telling you to do. And for me, it was gaining weight. For AJ, I'm sure it's be impactful in other ways. For other freshmen, it's learn the playbook and find a way to contribute. Right? Once you get on the field and you get an opportunity to show your value, that's when the next opportunity comes. But you got to be ready for it. You got to be prepared. Some people will call it luck, but it's
not just cheerlead.
Center that ball in front of your body. Center it and wrap it up with the other hand. Go to the ground the right way, and it will very rarely come loose.
Brown goes for it on fourth down. Wilcox scrambles, has the first down, but a flag down on the play. So we'll wait and see as we talk to Tiki Barb.
Raise your floor, so to speak, and then jump off whatever plateau you believe you want to be off of, and do great things.
The great thing is you can create your own plateau.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That's what these places allow you to do here.
Third and short, Wilcox.
You probably don't truly understand.
Yeah, it's overstated oftentimes, but I think in programs like Brown, like the Giants that you asked me about earlier, it's the culture that matters.
Well, because you got a lot of talented players, so what's the differential? How do you differentiate from his development? And James Perry told us this. He likes the composure he has, the command he's having. He's growing from game to game.
Yeah, I think you'll start to see in future weeks moving him outside of the pocket more designed as opposed to him scrambling to get outside the pocket. He throws well on the run. The touchdown early in the game that he threw on the run, it was something that's important for a team that's developing, maybe has some issues up front.
He's got a 16-yard completion right here, and it's first and goal for Brown. And a big stick by Princeton, and a loss on the play of about a yard. That was the 16th play. Very aggressive late in that first half. It paid off. Now they're going to go with the Wildcat as they take Wilcox out. But now we'll throw on second and goal. Looking in the end zone. Back of the end zone is incomplete. Good to see that. Rocket is back out there after taking a hit earlier. 17 plays on this drive, 82 yards. Here's play number 18. Wilcox back out there. Throws it and incomplete. And fourth and goal coming up. We just thought you were going to be up here for a couple minutes, Tiki, that you enjoy the game. I think we have to.
Let's try and get 7.
Marin started the game connecting on a 35-yarder. right now attempting a 25-yarder. And Brown finishes the long drive with a field goal. It's good. Tiki, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Pleasure to be in the building when your son scored his first collegiate touchdown, and best of luck to
hands offensive and hands defensive teams out.
Bounces around. Oh, it bounces off of the hands of Dylan Classy, and Brown has recovered the onside kick.
Wouldn't that be ironic if Dylan Classy, who was lit up, look, kick, bounce, big hop second time. Dylan Classy,
that short hop.
The short hop. It's like a shortstop trying to handle that ball that's handcuffed him.
Sean Kelly, number 44, is the one who fell on it for Brown. It had nothing going against Princeton's defense, but we showed you before, the fourth quarter, Brown hasn't quit, and they haven't quit here at Princeton. They get the field goal, and then they get the onside kick, and they've got the completion out to Rocket.
Showing that the moment has not been too big for him on the national stage against a nationally ranked defense.
So Heidke was helped off the field. Lucas Ferraro, who started the game at center, he left. Lucier will hand it off to Alan Smith, who has enough for a first down. So that was on fourth down. And
package, he hasn't yet. He's handed it off each time, tried to throw it one time, but I'm wondering if we're going to see him.
Rockets got it. Rockets across the 30, going to be very close to a first down. Let's see where the spot is. It may be Wilcox on the keeper. It's pushed forward. Very close to the first down marker. They do stop the clock, and they give him the spot and enough for Smith. Good move to get inside the 10. Spins to the goal line, and he's in for a Brown touchdown. The Bears aren't done yet here at Princeton.
Talked about all the different times they've come back. Watch this. Just gets him out in the flat, gets a good block from two guys, two of the receivers. And again, James Perry talked about this. His wide receivers block.
19, they will go for two to try to make it a 7-point game. Wilcox will throw for it. Gets rid of it, and it's tipped and caught for the 2-point conversion. Hayes Sutton in the right place at the right time.
You know, sometimes you got to figure there's got to be some kind of fate in coaches.
Holding. Offense, number 50. 10-yard penalty. Retry.
So take the 2 points off the board. Donovan Allen whistled for the hole. Marin from 30 yards out. There's a big kick right here. Tough snap. Brown's in trouble. That's a big play right there. That hold is huge because it being a 28-21 game for Brown. They just recovered an onside kick a moment ago. They try again. Marin gets the bounce, but this time it's covered up at midfield.
Those guys who were receivers want to see because that's an easy grab for them.
Big gain on first down, and it's getting bigger by the moment. Butler throws away a defender and runs into the end zone for a Princeton touchdown.
How many times did we talk about Ryan Butler bouncing off of tackle? One. That was a big hit. Runs through that one. Some speed now. Steps out of that one and just basically throws that last guy.
He is a strong young man. The freshman from Plainfield has been a constant throughout this season. That one is incomplete. Browns took care of the football today. They haven't had any turnovers. A point after attempt that went the other way for 2 points.
Princeton was only giving up about 10. They're giving up about 19 here.
There is the first takeaway of the game. And fittingly, C.J. Wall has an interception. One of the more resilient players for this Princeton team. Had a turnover and getting his first interception of the year. Ryan Butler is looking for his third touchdown of the night. And Ryan Butler is going to be stopped inside the 10. 20.
My cousin, who is a former captain here at Princeton, has dedicated his life to this. And they're saying, no, it was okay. We were allowed to call that. So as you said, there's a lot going on between
Title or the Ivy League title since 1982.
Yeah,
It's
it just doesn't happen. And we talked about every one of these games is the equivalent of a playoff game. And we're certainly going to see that next week. But I think you make a good point, Eric, which is the top teams are still good as we expect them to be, as they have been the last few years. Princeton, Harvard, Dartmouth, Yale. They've been the winners of the league title the last few years. But you're seeing significant improvement from Brown, from Columbia, who we'll see in a couple of weeks as a
Columbia, we talk about no margin for error. They are 0-1 in the Ivy. Wilcox, a little late on that throw. It's knocked away. Sutton in motion. Wilcox gets rid of it, and Rocket hauls it in. They just do not quit. Wilcox to his running back, and good effort by Alan Smith in Philadelphia as Penn looks to stay undefeated. That pass is incomplete.
Yankee Conference teams, and back then, almost all the Ivies would play their inside. I know we at Yale always played UConn.
That's the tight end, Chris Boyd, physical team. And every game on the schedule is a conference game. Wilcox throws it out of play. 5 seconds to go here in the fourth.
And you're right. And
victory formation, shotgun style, and the Princeton Tigers are undefeated at 5-0 for yet another season, and their showdown with Harvard is next. Brown hung tough, but in the end, Princeton gets the win, and those two great friends